I ran into an interesting situation on a shoot. I was doing a fitness video and it was pretty long. There was about 40 minutes long, and I was filming several of these videos back to back throughout the day, so I needed a lot of power. And the GH6, while the battery is really good, fairly long lasting for what this is, it does not last all day, obviously. And then I was afraid that during a 40-minute single take, these batteries would eventually die. So I was looking for alternative power solutions with this battery. The GH6, as far as I know right now, at the recording of this video, there's no battery grip. Is that correct? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong that there is no battery grip for the GH6, so I can't extend the battery life. So I'm only stuck with this or the USB-C power that this can also do here. So the USB-C can also power the camera. The problem with this situation I was in was, since I was recording long events or long fitness videos, I wanted to utilize the SSD recording. So the SSD recording is, you have an SSD, a portable SSD. I think SanDisk and Samsung, there's only a couple brands that this is compatible with, but I had a whole rig for this SSD. So the SSD was going directly, recording directly to the SSD, the hard drive, through the USB-C. But if you do that, you no longer have the USB-C to power the camera. So then I was stuck with all of these, just swapping these batteries as much as I could. And because I wanted to do the SSD recording. So once you do the SSD recording, you no longer, you can't power the camera through that way. So then what you can buy third-party DTAP cables and then other adapters, power adapters. So what I got was Panasonic's official, this is their official branded dummy battery that has a DC. And then what you do is, this is also Panasonic's official AC to DC power. So I plugged this into the wall, and then I connected this here, popped this dummy battery in there, and it was running fine for a little bit, but then I started to come up with some power issues where the camera was shutting down, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, because this is supposed to convert the AC to DC and then to power the camera. These are Panasonic, they're official Panasonic brands, so I don't know what was going on, but my camera was shutting down, and I had to get rid of this, and I don't know I haven't determined yet what the problem was. So I had to just go with batteries, and eventually what I had to do when I ran out of batteries was I had to just stop recording with the SSD, and then I just switched to cards. It's just that I didn't have enough cards, so I made do with it, and then I made that the power, and I put a power brick on there, and then I was able to power it the rest of the day. But I thought that was weird that I ran into that problem. I don't know what's going on with this. Does anyone have this system and have tried this, either with the GH6 or I think other cameras that this is compatible with is the GH5 Mark II, and then also the full frame, all the full frame Panasonic cameras, the S5, the S1, all of them use this battery, I believe. So if anybody has this adapter, does yours shut out? Like, what was going on? I don't know. So then I thought that, okay, maybe something was wrong with this. So I bought a third party adapter here. So this is a third party dummy battery. And this time I got this converter to convert to DTAP. So it goes like that, and then I just plugged this into a DTAP battery. This was a multiple day shoot that I was on, so I had time to order something on Amazon and have it shipped and test it out. So I was using this, and this system was flawless. It was great. I plugged this into a V-mount battery through DTAP, and then I had this up here in the power, and then I was able to do the SSD recording, no issues whatsoever all day, and I was doing this for 3 days consecutively after I got this set up. So something's going on with this. I just bought this, so I'll probably return this dummy battery now. And I'll stick with this. I'll put links to this particular dummy battery D-tap converter that I got, because now I know this one works. So if you have a GH6 and then you want to run a camera all day through D-tap V-mount batteries, I'm going to recommend this product. But one other thing I want to talk about is this quirky thing with the bottom of the plate, at the bottom of the battery plate here on the Panasonics. So in order to put the dummy battery in, before, and I think all other cameras, they had a latch, so to get the cable to come out, they just had a latch on the side, so that way the cable could dangle out, and then you can close the battery door and it'd be fine. But for some reason, this GH6 and possibly the full frame, I don't own or I never use any of the full frame. Maybe this works like this as well, but Panasonic just put this little latch here. That's where the cable goes out. The little circle there, which you would think is fine, except there are a lot of cables or a lot of dummy batteries that have a V-mount or something here that won't fit through this hole. It's got to fit through this hole, and it has to be detachable. It has to have one piece like that, and then you have this other piece. There are other dummy batteries on the market where it's all connected. It's all one long cable. And then what I've seen people have to do with those products is they put the battery in, and they just have to leave this door open the entire time because there's no way to get it through. So you have to find a dummy battery that has a small enough cable that can fit through this hole here. And then once it strings through the hole, then you could close the door. And it's a tight fit, but yeah. I just don't like that design. I think that limits all of the third-party or other accessories that you could do with this. And even though this is detachable, this is kind of annoying. It's the pain in the butt. Why would Panasonic design this like this? And their adapter too. That's why it comes in this piece. That's why it comes like this, because if it was all one long cable, they couldn't fit through their silly little design they did here. I don't see a benefit with designing a cable hole like this. All of the other Panasonic GH5s or the GH series that I've owned, they've never had anything like this. Such an annoying little detail. I hope Panasonic ditches this design because it's not working. So if anyone was wondering other power solutions to the GH5 and you couldn't use the USB-C because the USB-C was being utilized for SSD, get this product right here. And I don't know about this one, and it's expensive too. This is just the dummy battery was like $40. Just this was $40, and then that was like another $20. Whereas this was, I think the whole thing was around 25-ish. I'm not sure, the prices changed, but I'll put this again, the link to buy this below.